So a lot of venues, all over the place, really. Typically, this happens in one city. So it's closely monitored. Then I remember the last time some of the games, I think it was triathlon, some of the games were held at Labadi or Laboma somewhere. I believe this time around it was rejected because our waters after the test did not come out proper. Yes, Charlie. People have been doing all kinds.
Our waters are too polluted.
too polluted. So it didn't work out. Yeah. Quick thoughts on the African Games preparations. Team Ghana's list was released not too long ago. Yeah. Joseph Polamwa, Benjamin Azamati.
Yeah, the big hitters are all coming.
All confirmed their participation. No, Deborah is not coming though.
Yeah. And in the track and field, the sprint events, the big hitters are coming. But Deborah Akwa, long jump isn't coming. And I understand Rose Yeboah, the high jump, the lady high jump, she isn't also coming. I'm not surprised. Looking at how Deborah, you remember with the Commonwealth Games, she had some issues about payments, money issues. So I'm not surprised that she isn't coming. It could be for other reasons, but I'm suspecting that experience, it left a bad taste in her mouth, and I suspect that's one of the reasons why she isn't coming. But aside her and Rose Yeboah, as I said earlier, the big hitters are all coming. And Rose Yeboah is an interesting story. She has an interesting background because she is wildly talented. She played football, hockey, and basketball, plus high jump at Kumasi Girls. Okay. And you run commentary on Spy Ball final in 2018. It was me and you, and she was the MVP.
Yo,
I see.
She was the MVP. Basketball. She was the MVP. Kumasi Girls.
Wow, she's a woman of many talents.
Oh yeah, and she moved on to UCC, and now she's the national record holder in high jump. And it's unfortunate that
was it Mamita?
Pardon?
What's her name?
Rose Yeboah.
Rose Yeboah, yeah.
Yeah, she isn't coming.
That is a medal lost.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep. It is a medal lost.
It's a medal because obviously she's the best.
And that's we started our things again. Go and win medals. Go and do this. I think over the last couple of years, if you take the African Games we've been to, we're averaging about 13 or 14 medals. 13 or 14 medals per competition, and that is woefully below the line of the top 5 who compete. They are in the ranks of like 160.
Yeah.
They're like
Egypt, Nigeria, Egypt, Nigeria, South Africa. They are winning 70 medals, 67 medals, those in that range. So that's a bit disappointing. But Azamati will get a homecoming. He dominated at University of Ghana, Legon, and the Legon Stadium has been renovated. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Umia, commissioned it earlier today. It's a wonderful facility. They've really, really, really renovated it, and our chances of winning medals, it looks good, at least in the sprints, because of the caliber of athletes that we have.
Not to interrupt you though, do you know that the warm-up tracks have not been marked? Charlie, the warm-up tracks, they haven't marked them. So, and like we said, teams were supposed to have started arriving by
Morocco
27.
Morocco and Tunisia. A friend of the sports desk, he gave us a tip that on Wednesday,
they are coming.
Wednesday, Thursday, Tunisia and Morocco contingent arrived in Ghana. And they had to wait for a long time before their bus came. So these are some of the things that we need to iron out.
So for
the thing is with the African Games, the thing with the African Games is the infrastructure, the main infrastructure, we have it. We've gotten it done.
Boteman is done.
University of Ghana is done. Yes, but the little things.
See
the warm-up track.
Yep.
You remember there was a dress rehearsal. Yep. And they put those metallic stuff on the tracks.
How do you call them? The baton or the barriers?
The barriers, the security barriers.
They've marked the tracks.
Marked the tracks.
Yep.
So already,
the one
we are starting
Lagos State.
The Lagos State.
The blue one.
The blue one.
The new tracks that were laid less than a month ago.
So already, we are nicking away from the quality of the track.
No, but who were those who did that? How could you put iron on those things without being...
I think they were rehearsing on those things for the opening ceremony.
Rehearsal. Yeah, dress rehearsal.
Why you scared from Jay?
I'm even shocked because the stadium is a big place. Why do you have to rehearse in that particular spot?
So they've destroyed the place.
Not
There-
really,
there's some parts
not really.
where
But you
mass-
see, it's like
and-
it's like you freshly put like you do like plastering on the
You
wall.
have a new Lacoste
Yeah.
shirt. Then
Then
some small
oil-
start
oil-
coming in.
That's what's
then
gone.
it messes up. It masks the beauty of the dress.
Exactly.
And so I think the nitty-gritties need to be ironed out very well.
Mm-hmm.
Teams arrive, pick-up point, drop-off point, timing of the pickup,
those are the things
timing
that
of
mark
the
a good
drop-off.
tournament.
Who is our coordinator?
Yep.
are
Fluidity of
there-
movement for the
fluidity
teams.
of movement. Are there interpreters? Because not all the athletes speak English. Not all the countries speak English.
Is there a media center for media people arriving to
Those
cover
things.
this tournament?
Accreditation.
Accreditation, the smoothness of the accreditation. Already,
process.
we've had some issues regarding
I hear
accreditation.
you've been asked for flight details.
Flight details. I'm in Ghana. I'm not going anywhere. Why are you asking me for flight details? So and it's like
I'm sure the LOC is.
we've notified
them,
them that
yeah.
like that those things need to be cut out
So
and
they are-
and given to people who will be arriving in Ghana from other countries. So like I said, the main thing, the main infrastructure, we have it.
Yeah.
Now it's been developed.
But we don't have a
But-
media center. That's important.
But
it's very
but
important.
The other stuff, how do I put it? The ancillary,
Yep.
the main road, you have it.
Yep.
The ancillary roads,
Yep.
those are the
glue-
major things.
and those are the glue of the tournament. Those things are the glue of the
and
tournament.
like someone made an analogy. When you are doing your wedding, oh yeah, the grand stuff you get it, but it's the little expenditure.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get those things, it might easily mar your
ceremony.
ceremony or your event.
True.
Those are the things that Ghana needs to work on.
Yeah.
And like I touched on, the smoothness of the company, the operation,
Yep.
right now the infrastructure we have it, but the operation levels,
Yeah.
the movement of logistics, the movement of the human resource.
Yeah, because we are already hearing that like astronomical numbers in terms
Yeah, I
of
mean,
daily cost for the tournament.
Yes.
And the Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa is alleging that the
$42 million
tournament
operational cost.
expenses have already been inflated beyond the agreed figure.
Mm-hmm.
The LOC have debunked it. They say
Agreed figure, Assad. When was it agreed?
No, it's per as a December
yeah. What
Between
came to
December
what
and-
parliament
agreed.
Yeah.
And now they've reviewed the budget, and now the budget stands at $42 million in terms of operational cost.
Hey,
In terms of operational cost, and that's what he put out there. And the like Ben said, LOC debunked it that no, the figures don't tally.
they should tell us what the figure is.
And they believe that everything that they've worked with is
what
the
I
right.
don't
is the
like.
right
It's
figure.
what I don't like. Somebody says it's
something.
this.
You say it is that.
What
so
is the best way to
what-
answer?
Okay.
You don't just say the person is wrong and leave it.
We
there.
say that it is this because we have this and this and this to show that it is this.
It's as simple as
That's
that.
how it is. Just some clarification coming. So the checks for the Black Queens have cleared.
Yeah,
apparently-
no, what at all.
so apparently it cleared the day before they went to Indola.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
the checks
That
are
is good.
A few updates on the Africa Games. I'm told the
Yeah.
Algerian team is in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The team from Benin
Okay.
is in as well. There's a picture in front of me of looks like it is the tracks at the University of Ghana Stadium. It looks like they are getting the place ready for the opening ceremony. And I'm told they are volunteers who speak French, Spanish, and Swahili.
They shouldn't
Yes.
go and put cars on the track. Yesterday, I listened to one of the specialists on these things. These are not things that cars.
No,
should
you don't put
If
cars on.
the dignitaries are coming, they should park their cars somewhere
Yeah.
and walk
Yeah.
on the track and go and do whatever thing they want to do there. Nobody should spoil this.
Don't drive your V8 onto the tartan tracks.
Nobody should do that.
Mopesa.
So according to the Honorable Sam Okujeto Ablakwa,
Yeah.
Morocco spent 46 million euros to host the African Games in 2019, and we have already
100 million.
we have already spent $195 million on infrastructure, and now we've added $48 million in operational costs. or operational expenses.
Now, does that
No, I think he needs to come back a bit clear.
Let me just clear this.
He is saying that in 2019,
Yeah.
Morocco hosted the African
And this
Games.
is what they spent.
They spent in
Yeah.
terms of infrastructure, in terms of operational
course.
costs.
So the
He
amount
should
that he
clarify.
mentioned-
Yeah.
Where does it include all these things?
That's what I'm being careful.
Yeah,
and also again,
Morocco already has the infrastructure.
Facilities,
Good.
of course.
And it's 2019.
Yeah.
A lot of things
And
have
have changed.
Inflated.
Of
really
course.
inflated
and we've had
over
to
the
build.
years.
We've had to build from the ground up.
from the
scratch.
ground up,
But
exactly.
where the sticking point is, we are spending another $48 million after all the money that we spent to build up the infrastructure on operational expenses. That's
Now,
where he has a
And that's where the breakdown needs to come.
Needs to come.
When you say operational expenses,
What
what
are they?
what do you mean by? Because operational expenses is very ambiguous and vague.
Yeah, because the operational expenses, they mentioned
You
the
need to
purchase
get
of cars.
vehicles, you need to
Yes,
get
the purchase of
the
cars
vehicles,
that will be
fueling
needed
of
to-
these
yeah.
vehicles to take people wherever they
But my thing is though, if you are
have
doing a tournament like this, you don't purchase cars. You rent the cars. You can't. So if you purchase the cars
Yeah.
after the African Games,
Maybe
what happens
some-
to them?
some
They are going
will-
to auction them
some
off
will
and
have
things.
to be purchased. You don't
But
purchase some and then you
that
rent
has to
some.
be a small number.
Exactly.
So the core of the cars
no,
you purchase,
I'm
the rest you
break
rent.
it down.
Yeah,
Ona,
we'll,
if you're not- need be a company,
yeah. We don't need to be doing this.
Yes, you don't put the figure
You know-
out
you
there.
know one
As
of the things-
supporter to me, this is what I stand for.
You know one of the things I
Honorable
have.
Gujato is one of my favorite
Yeah.
Ghanaian parliamentarian
Yeah.
when because
Yeah.
he looks to be or he
likes
that
transparency.
opposition
Yeah.
in parliament who really keep the ruling government on its toes.
Yeah.
You don't just fill figures out there. He will come at
Yeah.
you and seek further clarification. He's been very helpful to some of us.
I
encourage him. No more me profile. To break down about how. But I feel welcome on mommy on.
You see, the LOC have to do those things. That's what I'm saying. You see, in this part of town,
You see,
a
they will
lot
do
of
it.
our journalism is spent doing these things. I
No,
feel like we should spend more time on, for instance, athlete profiling, development, coaching profile.
Exactly.
But here we spend so much time discussing transparency,
Because our people are not
administration.
transparent.
people are not
No
transparent?
fear mo keka akla wo je. But you know, ni be come. Charlie, not being very clear about
When you
issues.
do it, put it out there. And I know that Dr. Koko Fosu-Asare and co are doing a really hard job. It's a difficult job, and
Yeah, of course.
they've worked
But
really
we will
hard to
encourage
get.
them.
We are just encouraging you to make things public, so we don't have to be asking a lot of questions. Again, we want to commend you for these games because we know it's been
Well,
really,
it
it's
has
been really
not been
hectic.
easy. It
It's
has
been
not
it's
been easy
been
at
really
all.
it's been really hectic. They've been all working hard to make it happen.
They've had
So
sleepless
yeah,
nights.
yeah. The minister,
Sleepless nights.
our good friend Yao Sechi, Koko Fosu-Asare, Dan Kweku Yeboah, they've done a good job to get it to this point. So just let the information flow. For instance, like we've mentioned on the show that there are 10 venues or more for this thing.
Yeah, it's the
We need
case
to-
where
we need to
somebody
have
saying
a
you are
breakdown.
spending over 42 million. You can't keep quiet on the matter.
Yeah.
So you've responded, but in responding,
You need to respond
you
with
clarify the
specifics.
issue. Then we put
Move
the
it
matter
on.
to
You know,
bed.
Yeah.
just talking about that, and by this time, and of course, I have it before me the
Yeah.
competition guide. I guess you need to be in certain places before you get.
I mean, we have it, but
You see,
how
I'm saying that, for
yeah.
example, what is stopping the LOC,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
From getting a few pages in the daily graphic.
True.
Exactly.
Publish
these
publish
things.
the guide.
By now,
So
you should have had
Ghanaians-
banners,
yes!
banners of
Then
African
when
games
you
going
buy
on.
the daily graphic, you do a nice pull out, 2-3 pages of the schedule.
Whenever there's an
handball
AFCON,
is
you-
on today.
whenever there's an AFCON.
handball is on this day. Basketball tomorrow.
Yeah.
This
Football
venue,
on
this time.
Here,
Neke.
those things.
Abdullah
We, as for us, the media, we can take it and mention it. But I think that what the LOC can do is take advantage of some of the existing structures. For example,
Yeah.
like I said, like the daily graphic, buy 2, 3, 4 pages of the middle, do a pull out, right? Then when there are football tournaments, don't you get all those calendars?
always have the
I always
calendar.
have a calendar that I mark 1-0, 3-1, those things. So I believe that they can also do same and share. So Ghanaians will know, because I know a lot of people who, just for the fun of it, they want to just go and watch.
It is being held in Ghana. We have to
have
show
to go-
it
have to
love.
show up.
We have to show up.
Yeah.
But if I don't know
Then-
that on this day such and so thing is happening, look,
We
I
have-
was last week Sunday after I went to support my boss, lawyer Moses Fram, when he celebrated his 60th birthday. On my way back home, with the family. When I got there, you see the light. And my first daughter told me that, Daddy, you have to bring us here. So that is a commitment already I have to my family. But I need to know exactly what the events are so that on this day now,
we are going
there.
Yeah. So the 13th African game, we feel like you are doing a lot of work.
There's a text message, Robert from Kaswa. Robert, thank you for the message. He says the publicity is low,
very low.
Yep.
It is low.
Yep. By now, you see when you
today is the 1st of March.
Nathan, me say bananka we see kotoka, the whole place make yellow.
We should know
yellow they go, the birthday everywhere. Azamati posters.
We should know.
All over the place.
All over the place.
And you see the beauty of it is that it's come at the time where we are in the Ghanaian month. So there should be something unique about this event.
Yep.
We are having the games when we are celebrating Ghana.
Yeah. The University of Ghana Stadium itself should have been draped in African Games colors.
But the thing is, the report coming in is that in the 3 weeks, 2 weeks events of the African Games, March 8 to March 23, the LOC intends to purchase 332 cars.
Hey,
to do what?
That's what I was. That's what I was telling you, that you don't need
330.
You don't need this number of cars.
What are they using the vehicles
to procure? Yeah, so for movement of logistics, human resource.
So let me break it down.
So we have no issues with movement of logistics and persons and all that. No, we know that once there's a competition,
these things will happen.
We understand. What we want, like I said, first is a proper flow of information.
True.
And 2.
Okay, but the information is here. So subtotal. So Land Cruisers 29, Prado 3, Saloon Cars 106, Wagon 78, Team Bus Marco Polo 55, Ayalolo 30, Minibus 26, Trucks 5, total 332.
That's too much, man. That's way too much.
We will come here after this,
That's
and
way
we
too
will not
much.
be able to track the whereabouts.
That's what I'm telling you. See, you need to rent only a core of these cars. You need to buy only a core of these cars.
And the vehicle brands, VW Passat, Toyota Avalon, VW Tiguan, Toyota Coaster Bus, Marco Polo G7, Toyota Hiace, Land Cruiser Prado.
See, we would like to see. Personally, my interest will be what becomes of these vehicles
after
the
That's it.
No more. Nobody should take advantage of this country. When you do that, God will not bless you.
Saloon Cars 106.
To do what? God will not bless you.
Ben, you see,
we the ordinary people, we work tirelessly before we eat. If you are telling me to put Ghana there, these are the things we need, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But after 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, if you
Everything
don't
have to be accounted for.
account for these things, then some of us will have no option than to come for you. Come for you in a very decent manner.
I will ask questions.
Who ask the questions.